All right, I'm back with some more time-sensitive airdrop alpha. Now, the entire crypto market right now is looking very red, so I hope you're not farming airdrops with too much leverage. But there's a few things that I wanted to show you today that could help you qualify for some of the biggest airdrops of 2024. And one of those is probably going to be MONAD. Now, this morning, Wormhole tweeted out MONAD, and then in the comments, we've got the official MONAD Twitter account tweeting back at them. And this is one day after Wormhole staking went live. So yes, I do think that this is probably a hint. Now, in terms of actually staking W tokens to get the MONAD airdrop, which is what a lot of people are speculating is going to be one of the criteria, I wanted to reiterate something that I said yesterday. So in order to actually stake them, first you need to bridge them over from Solana, and you can do that using this tally application, which is where you delegate your W tokens. But the thing that I wanted to clarify is that it's technically not really staking because there's no lockups and it's non-custodial. You actually get to keep the tokens in your wallet. So if I look at my wallet under DBank, here I see I have all of the W tokens that I staked. I'm not staking a huge amount of these, but I'm hoping that it would be enough to qualify me for any sort of airdrop. If the requirement is going to end up being, 5,000 W tokens, then that's not something I'm super interested in anyways. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you're holding W tokens, it's very low risk to stake them because all you need to do is go to tally.xyz, go to the Delegate section once you've actually bridged your tokens over from Solana, and then choose somebody to delegate to. You can delegate to yourself, but if you do that, you will have to remember to keep coming back and voting, because it's possible that in order to actually be an active delegate, which means voting on all of the proposals that come up, then that could be some sort of criteria. So you don't want to delegate to yourself if you're going to forget to come back and actually vote. You can delegate to any of the people in the top blocks here. You can also delegate to me if you're interested in doing that. Anyways, once you have selected a delegate, you sign a transaction in your wallet, you pay a couple of cents as long as it's not on Ethereum mainnet. So I recommend you send your W tokens to an Ethereum L2, like Arbitrum, Optimism, or Base, I think is the other option. And then after that, you've staked your tokens. And if at any point you actually want to sell them and get out of it, you can do so with absolutely zero lockups. Now, if you are staking W tokens, another thing that you should definitely do is go over to Nomis and mint your Nomis multi-chain score. And there's a method to my madness here. This does cost a little bit of money. So in order to mint a score, I believe it costs 8 Matic, which is a couple of dollars. But if you do that, there's a new wormhole quest on Galaxy where once you've minted your Nomis score, you can verify this. And then as long as you follow them on Twitter and stake your W tokens, then you'll be able to verify this here. It says by Monday, so that's the deadline in order to do it. It's not verifying right now, but if you remember to come back and confirm this, then it is highly possible that this could have some sort of relevance. So if you're staking, you might as well do this. All right, next up, let's talk about ZK Sync. So the entire week has gone past and still no updates. A lot of us were expecting that there might be an eligibility checker, but now it's looking like potentially we might not get one until next week at the earliest. I don't know what else to say about this other than, yeah, they deployed a new version of their mainnet and we are just in waiting mode. Okay, next up, I wanted to mention, if you claimed the pizza tokens, the inscriptions from Unisat wallet, those have been airdropped to claimers, and as of the time of this recording, they were actually worth a couple of $100. So a pretty solid payoff for doing literally just one transaction in a Unisat wallet. And honestly, it's these random ones that end up actually being quite lucrative, that take you by surprise, that are some of the most fun airdrops. Okay, another airdrop that you can claim right now is the OFF token. If you were in the top 1,000 wallets on the Blast Off Galaxy campaign. So that had a bunch of quests on Galaxy. And if you were in the top 1,000 wallets, then you do get an airdrop allocation. It's partially vested, so you get 25% up front, and then there's a small unlock every 7 days. Now, this token is not worth a whole lot, but free money is free money. Speaking of free money, you can also go and claim week 3 of your mode staking rewards. So if you stake the mode token, you get rewards paid out in the Optimism token on the Optimism network. And you actually do have to claim these every week. Otherwise, you forfeit the rewards for that week. So definitely go and make your claim if you're staking mode tokens. The link to do that is here, and then it brings you to this other separate portal from Hedgy Finance where you get to actually claim your OP tokens. Okay, next up, Rabby just launched season 2 of their points system with a massive increase in the total points. So they said that season 1 was over a couple of days ago, but now it's looking like this is going to be dragging out for a very long time. However, if you're still farming this, or if you haven't started yet, there is still time, because the amount of points that they've added for season 2 is considerably more than what they had in season 1. And in order to actually start claiming and collecting your points, you might need to actually update your Rabby wallet. So if you don't know how to do that, when you open up your browser extensions here, go to Manage Extensions and then go to Developer and then just update the wallet in order to actually get access to season 2 of the points system. Then you can actually collect your points and keep going with season 2 if you're farming this. And if you haven't started yet and you want to use a referral code, you can use Krypto Cove. Okay, next up, the farming for season 1 of the bubble token from Imaginary Ones is over. And if you want to actually collect your airdrop, you will need to connect a wallet. So in order to do this, visit the page here, scroll down to where it says Assign Wallet, click that button, and then connect whichever wallet you're using. If you don't make a connection of a wallet, you probably will forfeit all of the points that you earned and you won't get an airdrop. So that's all you have to do there, and it ends in 4.5 days. So if you've been farming this, make sure you do go and complete that step. Okay, next up, if you are staking Mantle tokens, MNT tokens in the reward station, the new rewards that you get for staking is the Intent X token. So this is potentially a decent farm. If you're staking or just holding Mantle tokens and you're looking to get some yield on that, then you can stake them to get the Intent X token. And the other thing I wanted to talk about with regards to this is that Mantle is dropping a new liquid restaked token soon and a new governance token called Cook. And I do believe that they've suggested that MNT stakers are going to get some sort of portion of that. So there's multiple rewards for staking MNT for sure. This is live until the end of June, so there's still a couple of weeks left to actually get a portion of this pie here. Okay, next up, let's talk briefly about Merkle. So if you haven't visited their website in a couple of days, they've had a little bit of an update. And now you can see this here, House of Incentives Chapter 1. So this is actually tracking your progress for the airdrop. So this is a useful spot where you can see how you're doing. So I've minted almost half of the badges, and you can track all of your XP. And it also shows you, which ones you've completed, which ones you haven't, and then which ones you haven't collected yet. Okay, next up, let's talk about the Blast airdrop. I really am not a massive proponent of Blast, and I've barely been farming this. I have 9.32 gold, which is pretty sad. However, there is an update, which is that there's some pretty significant multipliers in the remaining couple of weeks before the airdrop goes through. So you can see the list of which multipliers are active here in this multipliers tab. There's different ones that you could take advantage of. A lot of people have been doing some SocialFi stuff and some GameFi stuff as well. And the new popular Blast farm that seems to be all the rage is this wolf.game. So if you are farming Blast, I do recommend that you take advantage of these final few weeks to max qualify for points and gold. Don't be like me. If you've already committed a decent amount of capital and time to this, there's no point in letting up off the gas pedal. Okay, 2 more quick things. For the Jumper/LiFi airdrop, there is a one-time 15 experience points boost that you can get by just making one simple swap into FUSDC. And if you confirm this Galaxy Quest right here, you'll get 15 additional experience points next month when that goes through. And then the final thing I wanted to mention is that the Pontum Network has dropped week 2 of their Galaxy campaign. This is within the Aptos ecosystem, which I am pretty bullish on. And this is probably one of the better airdrop targets as well. So it's a solid way to keep interacting with Aptos, keep interacting with Pontum and Liquid Swap as well. And then, yeah, collecting these points and oats from Galaxy could have some sort of airdrop relevance. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully you found this useful, and hopefully next week we get a couple of big announcements. Have a great weekend.